had a feeling that you'd be back. In our first go-around, we took a look at Frank Martin's crew, and this time, it's time to see how Deb Patterson and company are doing. In a battle for second place in the conference a week ago, the ladies in purple hosted a big challenge in the OU Sooners. Yes, I used big twice because K-State got a double dose of crimson in the paint, courtesy of the Paris twins.
The K-State women continued their pursuit of a Big 12 title last Wednesday. Standing in their way was number 11 Oklahoma and the dynamic duo of Courtney and Ashley Paris. K-State took control in the first half, led by Ashley Sweat. Here she will finish and get fouled for two of her team-high 25 points. Sweat also got some help from teammate Marlise Gibson, who would tally 13 in the contest, and the Cats led by 10 at the break. Oklahoma came out of the locker room firing on all cylinders. The Sooners dominated the second half by repeatedly pounding it inside to the Paris sisters. Ashley Paris would finish with 16 points, and Courtney Paris would add 27 to pace the Sooners. Meanwhile, the Cats had trouble getting anything going on offense in the second half. K-State would get one last chance to send the game to overtime, but Ashley Sweat's open three was too strong, and Oklahoma would walk out of Bramlage with the victory.
All right, thanks, John. And the ladies will try to hang on to that third slot in the Big 12 standings as they begin now to prepare for a trip to Kansas City at Municipal Auditorium for the conference tournament. Can you hear that? Hang on. Lower your TV a little bit. Can you hear it? Yep. If you listen very closely this time of the year, you can start to hear the numerous aluminum tings hitting the air around College Avenue and Kimball. That can only mean one thing. It's baseball season around these parts. Here to get us set for the first inning is Power Hour reporter Rex Miller.
The first pitch has been thrown and the first games have been played, indicating the start of the Wildcats' 2008 baseball season.
Oh, I think we're definitely ready. We've worked really hard in the off season. Last season kind of left a bad taste in our mouth. Not being able to make the NCAA tournament, even though we were so close, and really had a really good chance. And we got everybody back, and everybody worked really hard in the off season. And we have that one goal.
Although both games ended in the loss column this past weekend, the Wildcats are setting out to achieve their postseason goal.
We're looking at trying to keep improving, and each year we've had improvement. We want to keep improving that way, and again, if we can continue to make improvements like we had, then I think postseason's obviously something we're shooting for.
Coach Hill says that if the team wants to play at a high level like he knows they can, their emotions are going to have to be at an even keel. This means that when times aren't going so well, their emotions can't get too low, and when things are going great, their emotions can't get too high. Simply put, Coach Hill says that the team needs to get out there and play more games, which was quite evident this past weekend at Cal.
I think that as long as we believe in ourselves, which we think we do, I think we can really get on track and do something special this year.
The baseball team is in Beaumont, Texas this weekend, where they will participate in the Cardinal Classic. They will play Arizona State, Lamar, and Michigan State. The Cats are looking for their first win to what should be an interesting season. So baseball's here, which means spring is around the corner. This is Rex Miller for Purple Power Hour.
Finally, we end our show by taking a look at some news from around the nation with what I like to call collegiate headlines. Well, right here in Manhattan, the KSU football team nearly faced a loss in the program after running back James Johnson and linebacker Chris Patterson were stabbed in a fight late Sunday evening. The two were released from Mercy Regional Hospital and will recover, but still our thoughts and prayers go out to both Wildcats. On the national spectrum now, Pete Carroll isn't just winning these days. Seems he's creating threads as well with his new clothing line. The coach is selling his products at, yes, PeteCarroll.com, with all proceeds going to his charity, A Better LA. More in coaching, Kelvin Sampson may have a future job lined up. Having previously coached there in the 1980s, Montana Tech, yes, the Ore Diggers, have apparently offered Sampson the job to return to their sidelines on a court already named after the former IU coach. Kind of weird. And finally, wrapping things up, our good friends from Kansas University boosted their GPAs last week after 900-plus students received 100s, A-pluses, on a biology exam after a computer glitch in the system. Little malfunction there in Lawrence, but I wish that would happen around our campus. I can think of a couple classes where I would take a nice little 100-point glitch in the system. And with that, it's time to wave goodbye for all of our crew. Thanks for tuning in into another edition of Purple Power Hour. I'm Ryan Wallace. I'll see you at Bramlage Coliseum for Senior Day against Colorado. Until then, stay loud, stay proud, and always be purple.